Starting stage 2, when you have to grab multiple stones at once, you're going to have to learn how to use the tip of your fingers. I'm going to use stage 2 for demonstration in this video, and the principle is essentially the same, but if you want more in-depth analysis and explanation on how to do stage 3, 4, and 5, just let me know and I can make separate videos on them. When you think about scatter patterns 2 stones can have, there's really just 2 scenarios here. Either they're super close to each other, like almost touching, or pretty close to each other, or they're pretty far apart. When they're very close to each other, almost touching each other, I like to put my thumb on one side to kind of act as a barrier, like a little bit of a wall, so that I can use the tip of my index finger and my middle finger to grab each of them. The reason I'm using only the tips of my finger is so that I have maximum area for the stone that's up in the air, because I have to catch them. And in order to increase the possibility of me catching that stone, I need as much space as possible. Now, when the stones are pretty close to each other, pretty close as in it's within the width of your hand, your palm, then what I like to do is I like to almost scrape it. Like with the tip, like the first section of my finger, I like to scrape it and kind of like grab it against the ridge of my palm. Is it a palm? I don't even know what it's called, but like over here, I would roll the stones or dice that you're using against right here to kind of keep it in place. Now, when the stones are further apart, you have to use the swiping motion in order to grab both of them. But even when you're swiping, I'm just gonna be using the tip of my finger, like the very first section of my finger. So after I swipe the floor to grab these 2 stones, it's gonna look something like that. Your hand is gonna look something like this. And it's not gonna be closed like that. It's gonna be open like that because you need this area to catch the stone that's up in the air. And after you successfully grab the first 2, I would roll these like all the way over here in order to, again, create maximum empty space as possible for the next 2 and the one that I'm about to throw. Let me know if this makes sense. This is also my very first time analyzing and explaining how Koongyu works. So if you couldn't understand something that I explained, chances are it's probably me and not you. So please let me know and I will try my best to clarify anything that confuses you guys.